Artificial intelligence course for beginner by knowledge and information. In this video we are discussing about Part 2, AI Ethics and Future of AI Ethics and Bias in AI. AI Ethics. AI ethics is a branch of ethics that deals with the moral and ethical issues arising from the development, deployment, and use of artificial intelligence, AI, technologies. The field of AI ethics seeks to identify and address potential biases, harms, and unintended consequences that may arise from the use of AI systems. AI ethics involves considerations such as fairness, transparency, accountability, privacy, and security. For example, AI systems that are designed to make decisions that impact people's lives, such as those used in hiring, lending, or criminal justice, must be evaluated to ensure that they are fair and unbiased. Similarly, AI systems that collect and process personal data must be designed to protect individuals' privacy and maintain their security. In recent years, there has been increasing interest and concern in the field of AI ethics, as the use of AI systems becomes more widespread and impactful. Many organizations, including tech companies, governments, and non-profits, have developed AI ethical principles and guidelines to help ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly. In addition to ethical principles and guidelines, there are also efforts to create regulatory frameworks for AI, which could include requirements for transparency, explainability, and human oversight. Some advocates of AI ethics have also called for greater diversity and inclusion in the development of AI systems, as well as increased engagement with stakeholders and communities affected by these technologies. One of the challenges of AI ethics is that the rapid pace of technological development often outstrips our ability to anticipate and address ethical issues that arise. There is also the challenge of balancing the potential benefits of AI with the potential harms and risks. As AI systems become more complex and pervasive, it will be increasingly important to address ethical considerations at every stage of their development and deployment. This will require collaboration between technologists, ethicists, policymakers, and other stakeholders, as well as ongoing dialogue and reflection on the ethical implications of AI technologies. Some of the specific ethical issues that arise in the development and deployment of AI systems include: 1. Bias and discrimination. AI systems can inherit biases from the data they are trained on, leading to unfair and discriminatory outcomes, particularly for underrepresented groups. 2. Privacy and surveillance. AI systems that collect and process personal data can pose a threat to individuals' privacy, particularly when data is collected without their knowledge or consent. 3. Accountability and transparency. It can be difficult to determine who is responsible for the decisions made by AI systems, and it can be challenging to understand how these decisions are made. 4. Safety and security. AI systems that control critical infrastructure or make decisions in high-stakes situations, such as self-driving cars or medical diagnosis systems, must be designed to ensure the safety and security of users. 5. Autonomy and human control. As AI systems become more advanced and autonomous, there are concerns about the loss of human control and oversight. Addressing these issues requires a multidisciplinary approach that involves technical experts, ethicists, policymakers, and affected communities. There are also efforts underway to develop ethical frameworks and guidelines for the development and deployment of AI systems, such as the IEEE Global Initiative for Ethical Considerations in AI and Autonomous Systems and the European Union's AI Ethics Guidelines. Moreover, AI ethics is not just an academic or theoretical concern. Ethical considerations must be integrated into the design, development, and deployment of AI systems in practice. This requires collaboration between engineers, data scientists, and other stakeholders to ensure that ethical considerations are incorporated into every stage of the development process. To this end, some organizations are adopting principles such as privacy by design and ethics by design, which emphasize the importance of incorporating ethical considerations into the design and development of AI systems from the outset. Another approach to promoting ethical AI is through the use of ethical audits, which involve assessing the impact of AI systems on different stakeholders and identifying potential ethical risks and concerns. Ethical audits can help to identify areas where AI systems may be biased or discriminatory and develop strategies to address these concerns. Overall, the field of AI ethics is a rapidly evolving area of research and practice, as the development and deployment of AI technologies continue to raise new ethical challenges and considerations. As AI becomes increasingly pervasive in our lives, it is essential that ethical considerations are integrated into every stage of its development and deployment to ensure that these technologies are used for the benefit of all. Bias in AI. Bias in AI refers to the existence of prejudice or discriminatory behavior within an artificial intelligence system. AI systems can exhibit bias if the data used to train them are skewed or if the algorithms used to build them are inherently flawed. For example, an AI system that is trained on data that contains mostly male subjects may exhibit gender bias when making decisions about female subjects. Similarly, an AI system that is trained on data that is heavily biased towards a certain race may exhibit racial bias. Bias in AI can have serious consequences, such as perpetuating existing inequalities and discrimination, and even amplifying them. It is important to address and mitigate bias in AI systems through careful data selection, algorithm design, and ongoing monitoring and testing. There are several strategies to mitigate bias in AI systems, such as diverse and inclusive data collection, algorithm transparency and interpretability, and regular testing and evaluation of the system for fairness and accuracy. Ethical considerations and human oversight are also important to ensure that the AI system is aligned with societal values and priorities. Moreover, it is essential to involve a diverse group of experts and stakeholders in the development and deployment of AI systems to ensure that different perspectives and experiences are taken into account. This can include experts in data science, ethics, social sciences, and policy, as well as representatives from affected communities. Additionally, it is important to recognize that bias in AI is not just a technical issue but a societal one. Addressing bias in AI requires a broader conversation about the values and priorities that underlie the development and use of technology. This can include discussions about the ethical implications of AI, the role of AI in society, and the need for transparency and accountability in AI systems. In conclusion, bias in AI is a complex issue that requires a multidisciplinary approach to address. As AI systems become increasingly integrated into our daily lives, it is crucial to ensure that they are developed and deployed in a way that is fair, ethical, and aligned with societal values. One way to mitigate bias in AI is to focus on the data used to train the system. The data used to train AI systems should be diverse, inclusive, and representative of the population it is intended to serve. It is important to ensure that the data used to train AI systems is free from biases and that the data collection process is transparent. Another way to mitigate bias in AI is to focus on algorithm design. This can involve using techniques such as explainable AI and algorithmic transparency to ensure that the decision-making process of the AI system is clear and understandable. It is also important to evaluate the impact of the AI system on different groups to identify potential biases and correct them. In addition, regular testing and evaluation of AI systems is essential to ensure that they are accurate, fair, and unbiased. Testing and evaluation should be conducted on an ongoing basis, and the results should be made available to stakeholders to ensure transparency and accountability. Finally, it is important to recognize that bias in AI is not a problem that can be solved overnight. Addressing bias in AI requires a long-term commitment to ethical and responsible AI development and deployment. It requires ongoing collaboration between stakeholders, including developers, policymakers, and affected communities, to ensure that AI systems are developed and deployed in a way that benefits society as a whole. It is also important to address the root causes of bias in AI, which often stem from larger societal issues such as discrimination, inequality, and lack of diversity. This requires a broader conversation about the role of AI in society and its impact on different groups. It also requires a commitment to promoting diversity and inclusion in the development and deployment of AI systems. One way to promote diversity and inclusion in AI is to involve a diverse group of experts and stakeholders in the development and deployment process. This can include experts from different backgrounds and disciplines, as well as representatives from affected communities. It is important to ensure that the voices and perspectives of marginalized and underrepresented groups are heard and taken into account. Another way to promote diversity and inclusion in AI is to prioritize ethical considerations and human oversight. This can involve establishing ethical guidelines and principles for AI development and deployment, as well as implementing mechanisms for ongoing monitoring and evaluation of AI systems. It is also important to ensure that there is human oversight of AI systems, particularly in areas where the consequences of AI decisions can have a significant impact on people's lives. In conclusion, addressing bias in AI requires a multifaceted approach that involves diverse stakeholders, ethical considerations, and ongoing monitoring and evaluation. It requires a commitment to promoting diversity and inclusion in the development and deployment of AI systems, as well as a broader conversation about the role of AI in society and its impact on different groups. By working together to address bias in AI, we can create AI systems that are fair, ethical, and aligned with societal values. In next video, we will discuss about Part 2, AI Ethics and Future of AI Governance Future of AI. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.